Real estate executive. Victoria Chen wasn't just discussing property development that day at Miami International Airport. But when airport security questioned her right to discuss high-value properties, their real estate development conference 4 hours later would become the most shocking moment in property investment history. Real estate executive Victoria Chen moved through the executive corridors of Miami International Airport with the strategic vision of someone who had spent 24 extraordinary years building one of the most expansive real estate empires in American property development history. At 51, she had transformed from junior property analyst to CEO and chairman of Chen Properties International, a global real estate conglomerate that owned over 2,500 premium commercial properties, 150 luxury residential developments, and mixed-use urban projects strategically positioned across 43 states, with combined property values exceeding $85 billion. Her credentials included an MBA in real estate development from Columbia Business School, advanced certifications in urban planning and sustainable development practices, and comprehensive expertise in property acquisition and development financing that had revolutionized modern real estate through innovative development strategies and cutting-edge sustainable building practices. She had personally developed signature skyscraper projects that defined city skylines in New York, Miami, Chicago, and Los Angeles, managed property acquisitions worth over $30 billion throughout her career, and overseen development operations that directly influenced municipal zoning policies and urban planning decisions throughout American cities. Today's premium travel to New York was taking her to chair a major international property development summit, where she would present groundbreaking research on sustainable urban development. Though she was traveling in understated casual business attire, rather than the executive designer suits that typically identified her as one of the most powerful real estate executives in the global property development industry. Her deliberately understated professional appearance reflected her strategic preference for operational focus, rather than emphasizing wealth symbols, allowing her to engage with property markets from a practitioner perspective that maintained genuine connection with fundamental real estate principles. Executive Lounge Services Coordinator Daniel Martinez, a mid-level hospitality employee with 4 years of premium service experience, observed Victoria's approach to the exclusive Platinum Executive Lounge with prominent business colleagues. He had developed discriminatory assumptions about Executive Lounge membership based on superficial demographic observations rather than actual business credentials, failing to recognize the extensive real estate expertise and market authority that characterized someone who regularly made strategic decisions affecting commercial property markets throughout the world's most sophisticated property markets. As Victoria approached the exclusive Platinum Executive Lounge entrance with her premium membership credentials and began engaging in high-level discussions about commercial property acquisition strategies with prominent real estate executives who were part of her business group traveling to the New York Summit, Executive Lounge Coordinator Martinez immediately demonstrated discriminatory access control that had become problematic in premium hospitality services, despite comprehensive training programs promoting professional treatment for all business executives. "Ma'am, I need to verify that this Platinum membership actually belongs to you and confirm your authorization for Executive Lounge access," Martinez stated with obvious suspicion, while examining Victoria's identification and membership credentials with unnecessary scrutiny and discriminatory questioning. "This is an exclusive executive facility that requires verification of business authority and membership legitimacy to ensure appropriate lounge utilization by qualified business professionals." Victoria immediately recognized the blatantly discriminatory nature of Martinez's approach and clear violation of premium service standards, Understanding that such discriminatory membership assumptions represented exactly the type of systematic bias that fundamentally undermined professional recognition and violated inclusive business principles throughout hospitality organizations. I have appropriate executive membership credentials and business identification as indicated by my platinum status. Victoria replied with calm professional composure while observing the systematic discriminatory treatment that clearly violated established membership protocols and professional hospitality standards. What specific lounge policy requires additional verification beyond standard membership authentication procedures for business executives with confirmed premium credentials? Martinez continued his inappropriate questioning approach with additional commentary about business legitimacy and executive authority that clearly exceeded appropriate hospitality service responsibilities and demonstrated obvious business bias and membership discrimination. Ma'am, executive lounge access requires comprehensive verification of business standing and professional authority, Martinez explained with obvious bias that revealed fundamental misunderstanding about business executive membership and professional hospitality standards. Premium facility utilization needs confirmation of legitimate business purposes and appropriate executive credentials, ensuring proper lounge access protocols. Victoria observed Martinez's escalating discriminatory behavior with growing professional concern, understanding that the situation constituted exactly the type of business discrimination that could damage professional relationships and violate the inclusive hospitality standards she had experienced throughout her executive travel career. As Martinez's discriminatory treatment continued with additional membership restrictions that clearly violated premium hospitality standards, Victoria persisted in her professional assertions, while the prominent real estate executives in her distinguished business group began actively challenging the coordinator's inappropriate interference with legitimate executive lounge access. I am formally requesting standard executive lounge access procedures without discriminatory verification that violates established membership protocols, Victoria stated with commanding business authority that should have immediately established her extensive familiarity with premium hospitality operations and executive membership standards. Your verification procedures clearly exceed standard membership requirements and constitute discriminatory treatment that violates business hospitality principles and executive lounge policies protecting equal access for all qualified business professionals. Martinez responded to Victoria's comprehensive business assertions with increased obstruction, interpreting her extensive knowledge of membership standards and executive protocols as somehow suspicious behavior rather than recognizing the obvious business expertise and professional authority within the executive group. Ma'am, I don't appreciate members questioning established service procedures or challenging executive lounge protocols, Martinez replied with obvious hostility and complete misunderstanding that demonstrated fundamental ignorance about business executive membership and professional hospitality operations. Exclusive lounge access requires appropriate business credentials and membership verification that ensures premium service standards and protocol compliance. Real estate executive Marcus Johnson, who had been observing the increasingly discriminatory treatment with growing professional concern and recognition of Victoria's obvious business sector authority, immediately intervened to provide strong professional support while directly challenging Martinez's inappropriate assumptions. Coordinator Martinez, you are inappropriately questioning the membership credentials of one of the most accomplished business executives in the entire property development industry, Johnson announced with considerable industry authority and obvious professional expertise. Your discriminatory verification procedures demonstrate fundamental misunderstanding about business executive membership and the extensive expertise that characterizes senior professionals in our industry. His authoritative business intervention created immediate recognition among other property professionals who understood Victoria's obvious market authority and began expressing vocal concern about the systematic discrimination and inappropriate questioning they were witnessing. Property Development Director Sarah Williams, who was part of their executive group and recognized Victoria's business expertise, provided additional professional testimony. This is exactly the type of business bias that undermines professional recognition, Williams announced with market credibility. Real estate executive Johnson escalated his intervention to address the systematic discrimination, understanding that such bias could damage business relationships and violate professional respect that characterized successful executive hospitality. Coordinator Martinez, your treatment of Victoria Chen demonstrates fundamental misunderstanding about business executive membership, Johnson stated with industry recognition and growing concern. You are questioning one of the most accomplished property executives whose business authority exceeds virtually anyone in this airport facility. Victoria observed the professional intervention with satisfaction while continuing to evaluate premium service standards, understanding that the situation represented a clear example of systematic bias that her business advocacy worked continuously to eliminate throughout hospitality operations. Executive Johnson, I appreciate your professional recognition, but this discriminatory treatment represents institutional problems requiring comprehensive awareness and accountability, Victoria explained with business authority. Executive membership bias undermines professional relationships throughout premium hospitality environments. Other real estate executives began providing additional support while expressing concern about the systematic nature of discrimination affecting business relationships and professional coordination. Property Development Director Williams continued her advocacy while documenting the systematic bias for potential industry review. This discriminatory treatment represents exactly the type of bias that requires ongoing advocacy and professional education, Williams announced with market credibility. Executive Lounge Manager Jennifer Torres, who had been monitoring premium service operations and becoming aware of the discriminatory treatment, finally approached the membership area with hospitality authority and institutional responsibility for ensuring professional standards throughout executive facilities. Executive Lounge Manager Torres immediately recognized the inappropriate nature of Martinez's discriminatory approach and clear violation of premium service standards that required professional treatment for all business executives regardless of perceived status, understanding that such bias could damage the lounge's reputation for executive hospitality. Coordinator Martinez, these membership verification assumptions clearly violate our premium service standards and constitute discriminatory treatment of business executives, Torres stated with managerial authority and growing hospitality awareness. All property development professionals deserve equal treatment under our executive lounge protocols regardless of appearance or assumptions about their business authority. Victoria observed the managerial intervention with professional satisfaction while continuing her business discussions, understanding that the situation highlighted important issues about executive membership bias and the need for comprehensive hospitality training that recognized business executive authority. Manager Torres, I appreciate your intervention, but this discriminatory treatment represents systematic problems requiring ongoing business awareness and accountability, Victoria explained with executive authority. Membership bias undermines professional relationships throughout premium hospitality environments. Torres attempted to address the situation through immediate service recovery, while growing increasingly concerned about the business implications that the discriminatory treatment had created for executive lounge operations. Ms. Chen, I sincerely apologize for the inappropriate membership verification assumptions you have experienced during our premium service operations, Torres said with managerial authority and obvious concern about business reputation. We will ensure you receive the executive treatment befitting your business authority. More business professionals continued witnessing the discrimination while expressing support for Victoria's executive authority and concern about systematic bias in premium services that could affect business relationships. Understanding the magnitude of security failures and potential real estate consequences, Airport Security Supervisor Torres immediately implemented comprehensive business accommodation protocols while recognizing the critical importance of maintaining professional relationships with property development executives who determined airport reputation and business facility excellence. Given the serious nature of these security failures, I am implementing immediate business accommodation recovery and comprehensive security protocol enhancement, Torres announced with supervisory authority. Our airport security operations require the highest standards of professional treatment, ensuring optimal property development relationships. Victoria accepted the supervisory intervention while maintaining her real estate focus, understanding that the situation provided valuable insight into security standards and business accommodation operations that affected real estate travel. Supervisor Torres, I appreciate the immediate security correction and commitment to business accommodation excellence, Victoria stated with property authority, while continuing her real estate coordination. This situation demonstrates the importance of comprehensive security training, ensuring professional treatment for all property executives. Her real estate composure and professional response created positive recognition among property development colleagues who understood that Victoria's leadership approach exemplified the executive authority that characterized successful real estate operations. Your professional handling of this security bias demonstrates exceptional real estate leadership, commented Executive Johnson with industry respect and professional admiration. This type of executive authority exemplifies the leadership qualities that make successful property development operations. Torres continued implementing comprehensive security protocols while ensuring that Victoria received professional treatment appropriate for her real estate authority, understanding that maintaining positive relationships with real estate executives was essential for airport reputation and business facility excellence. As security accommodation continued with enhanced business protocols, Victoria began revealing the depth of her real estate expertise and familiarity with property development operations that would soon transform everyone's understanding of her professional authority within the global real estate landscape. Supervisor Torres, I want to ensure you understand the comprehensive real estate implications of professional security treatment, Victoria stated with obvious property authority that demonstrated advanced knowledge of real estate operations. These security interactions represent institutional relationships that affect real estate reputation throughout airport operations. Torres observed Victoria's detailed knowledge of real estate operations, with growing professional recognition that she was dealing with someone whose expertise exceeded typical property professional knowledge and suggested significant executive connection to real estate leadership. Ms. Chen, your comprehensive understanding indicates extensive professional experience in property development leadership, Torres replied with supervisory recognition and growing respect. Are you perhaps a senior real estate executive who has significant authority within property development operations? Victoria smiled with real estate satisfaction while preparing to reveal the property authority that would completely transform the situation and demonstrate the magnitude of security failures that had occurred within the real estate business environment she had helped shape. Supervisor Torres, I appreciate your recognition of real estate expertise Victoria replied with growing authority. I believe this situation demonstrates the importance of comprehensive security training, ensuring professional treatment for all real estate personnel. Security Officer Martinez, who had been observing the supervisory intervention with growing awareness of his security failures, finally began understanding the serious implications of his questioning of someone who clearly possessed exceptional property knowledge and expertise in real estate operations. As Supervisor Torres continued implementing comprehensive security accommodation while recognizing the exceptional real estate expertise that Victoria demonstrated, Victoria began revealing her actual position within the global real estate landscape and the property authority that made her one of the most influential real estate executives. Supervisor Torres, I think it's important for you to understand that my interest in business accommodation excellence extends beyond personal security experience, Victoria explained with increasing property authority. I have comprehensive responsibility for property operations that makes professional security treatment particularly important from a business perspective. Torres observed Victoria's real estate language and institutional knowledge with growing professional recognition that she was dealing with someone whose authority went far beyond typical real estate knowledge, suggesting significant executive connection to property development operations. Ms. Chen, your institutional perspective suggests that you may have executive experience with property development operations. Torres replied with supervisory interest and growing awareness of Victoria's potential connection to major property development administration. Are you perhaps a real estate executive who has responsibility for development operations? Victoria prepared to reveal her actual real estate position that would completely transform everyone's understanding of the situation and demonstrate the magnitude of institutional failures that had allowed such discriminatory questioning to occur within the real estate business environment she had spent her career developing. Supervisor Torres, I appreciate your professional recognition of real estate expertise, Victoria said, with growing property authority. I believe this situation demonstrates the critical importance of professional security treatment that directly impacts real estate relationships. Security Officer Martinez watched the developing real estate discussion with increasing awareness that his discriminatory questioning had been directed towards someone with significant property expertise and potential executive authority within the real estate industry. The moment Victoria revealed her actual identity as CEO and Chairman Victoria Chen of Chen Properties International, owner of over 2,500 commercial properties, 150 luxury residential developments, and mixed-use projects across 43 states with combined property values exceeding $85 billion, making her one of the most powerful real estate executives in American business. The extraordinary scope of her property authority became undeniably apparent to everyone involved as they recognized that the discriminatory questioning had been directed against one of the most important real estate moguls in the international real estate landscape. Supervisor Torres, Security Officer Martinez, and everyone present, Victoria announced with full property authority. I am Victoria Chen, CEO and Chairman of Chen Properties International, which owns over 2,500 commercial properties, 150 luxury residential developments, and mixed-use projects across 43 states with combined property values exceeding $85 billion, making me responsible for property development and real estate operations that influence urban landscapes throughout American cities and international real estate markets. The revelation created immediate recognition among all airport security personnel and real estate professionals who realized they had been witnessing discriminatory questioning directed toward one of the most powerful property executives whose development decisions directly affected urban planning and real estate standards throughout American business. Airport Security Supervisor Torres stood with complete professional respect as she understood that the security failures had been experienced by the real estate mogul, whose property authority directly impacted urban development and property investment strategies throughout American cities. CEO Chen, I am profoundly honored and embarrassed by the discriminatory questioning you have experienced at our facility, Torres said with supervisory respect and real estate recognition. Your property empire represents exceptional business achievement that influences urban development throughout American business. Security Officer Martinez realized with complete horror that his discriminatory conduct had been directed toward the CEO of Chen Properties International, understanding that his bias represented career-ending violations of the professional security standards that Victoria's real estate leadership had helped establish throughout property development operations. CEO Chen, I cannot express how sorry I am for my discriminatory questioning and complete failure to recognize your real estate authority, Martinez said, with obvious fear and professional remorse. I understand the devastating consequences of my bias and the violation of everything that professional security represents. Victoria maintained her real estate composure while addressing the broader institutional issues that the interaction had revealed about business bias and the importance of professional recognition that ensured optimal security treatment and real estate relationships. This situation demonstrates that property operations require comprehensive security awareness and professional recognition that transcends business assumptions, she explained with real estate authority. This is why truth always comes to light and justice always finds its way. If this story shows you that dignity and respect matter more than assumptions, make sure you subscribe to see more stories where justice prevails, because when we stand together against discrimination, we make real change happen. Following the extraordinary revelation, Miami International Airport immediately initiated comprehensive reforms to security training programs and discrimination prevention measures, ensuring systematic elimination of real estate bias throughout airport operations. Security Officer Martinez was immediately enrolled in professional development training that would address his business bias and provide comprehensive understanding of property development operations required for optimal security treatment. The incident became a catalyst for security industry discussions about real estate bias and the importance of comprehensive business accommodation training that extended beyond appearance-based assumptions to include systematic recognition of property authority and professional real estate credentials. Victoria's real estate leadership and professional response became a model for effective property advocacy, as her approach was incorporated into Chen Properties' international diversity programs and inspired other real estate companies to strengthen professional recognition and eliminate business barriers that undermined property relationships. Within weeks, Miami International Airport had implemented new security protocols and professional recognition systems, ensuring effective real estate treatment and eliminating business bias that undermined property development relationships throughout airport operations. The transformation extended beyond individual airport policies to influence broader security conversations about real estate bias and the critical importance of comprehensive business accommodation training that ensured actual recognition of property authority rather than appearance-based assumptions that failed to acknowledge professional real estate credentials. Real estate organizations recognized the incident as a powerful example of how business bias could undermine professional relationships and used Victoria's experience to develop security accommodation programs that would strengthen property development coordination and ensure comprehensive real estate respect throughout security operations. Victoria's story became an inspiring example of how real estate expertise could create positive institutional change while demonstrating the ongoing importance of professional recognition and comprehensive security excellence that protected all property development professionals from discriminatory treatment regardless of their appearance within real estate hierarchies. The lasting impact extended far beyond airport security to influence how institutions approached real estate relationships, with Victoria's property framework becoming a model for effective bias prevention that ensured optimal professional treatment through systematic recognition of real estate expertise. The successful security reforms served as powerful testimony to the importance of comprehensive real estate awareness and eliminating business bias, while Victoria's leadership demonstrated how property expertise could create meaningful progress in professional recognition and equal treatment throughout the global real estate landscape. But Victoria's story is just one example of how real estate expertise meets property discrimination. Next video. Watch what happens when a black school district superintendent's 20-year secret is revealed during airport education discrimination. When staff question her educational authority, the most shocking academic leadership credentials in education history emerge. You won't believe what happens when educational power meets institutional bias. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and turn on notifications for new content. Don't forget to hit the like button if this story moved you, and share your thoughts and opinions about this situation in the comments below.